Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. If you can hear me loud and clear, let me know in the chat. Let me know, preferably with VV Nation, and let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Are they cutting interest rates, Francisco? Good question. But when we looked at the news this morning, reports retail sales rose. People are spending money. If everyone wants to bitch, moan, and complain about high interest rates and about high inflation, but still willing to spend money, what does that tell you? Interesting, right? I'm just saying. It's just kind of people are spending money. Alert just hit. Okay, that's awesome. I just heard it hit. It's just interesting. Ramor says, my question to Ryan and Glenn is, are we still in a relief rally and will AMAT earnings will move the market? I don't know if AMAT is a big enough. I don't know if Applied Materials is big enough to move the market. I don't know. I don't feel in my mind that it's a big enough name to move the market. That's my just 2 cents, but I'm going to write it down nonetheless. So why you tell? What is that? Henry says, so why you tell? So why I tell what? I am going to write down the AMAT. Again, when the Fed has to look at the data, the Fed has to look at the people's resilience or lack thereof in being able to move around and navigate in the economy. Jobs, less people looking for jobs, people are working. People are spending money. I know. I just don't know. So why you tell me to stay away from what, Henry? Henry, what are you asking me? Mark says, speaking of moaning and going, yeah. Oh my gosh, Steve and Ray took a big hit today on XRO. And I'm actually thinking about buying into some. It got hit so hard. It may actually be a buying opportunity. Told me to stay away from NVIDIA when it hit 90, but now it's a buy because it's in an uptrend, but I could have bought it at 90. Wait a minute. So at the time when NVIDIA was going down, I did tell you to stay away from it, but have you not watched any of the videos on the channel between Ryan and I talking about rebounding stocks, talking about AI starting to rebound, putting some of those stocks back into your watch list? So let me ask the question. Unless I didn't do it, did we, between Ryan and I, did we not start talking about a rebound in the stocks that have been beaten up? Just type a yes or a no. All right, so Henry, yeah, when NVIDIA was getting the snot smacked out of it, I said no. So why not buy the dip? You can buy the dip. I'm not always buying the dip. Why? Because how low can a stock go? And you don't know. And I'd rather have you in a stock, Henry, that's moving up and wait for a better opportunity on a stock that has been beaten down. So that's why I say don't buy the dip. That's the only reason why. Now, everybody in here is different. If you want to buy the dip, do it. By all means, do it. I'm not going to advocate for it. I would rather you be in a stock that's moving up than to buy a stock that's going down, not knowing how low it can go. That's all that I'm saying. So you're right. When NVIDIA was getting beaten up, I was telling you to stay away from it because that whole space was getting beaten up. I'd rather you not take a loss waiting for it to come back. So that's it. David says, use the 3 and the 8 EMA. I do that as well. I've got 3 different layouts that I look at for a stock. The 3 and 8 is a great fast way to get out of the stock and wait for another buying opportunity. So with all of that, looks like everybody's here. The market is still rebounding. I really did want to address Henry's question because I'm not gonna steer away from anything that we try to talk about here. We're going to stand behind it 110%. But as you know, recently we've been pushing you guys back on board with these rebound stocks. As the alert says today, the market is still rebounding. A lot of these stocks that have been beaten up are now rebounding, and we're trying to get you back in at earlier stages so that you don't get caught in a situation that you're taking a loss on the stock. Looking at the market, looking at the color guard, a lot of yellow, a couple of green. Primary wave is up now for 4 out of the last 6 days. Confirmed call still down. The DEW timing signals should be turning over probably today. The market. So with that, let's get back to Henry's situation. Let's get into the program. And I want to show, there is the VectorVest composite. So Henry, there's the market moving up. We've been talking about it. All right, we've been talking about it. The market's moving up. Interesting that after the market hit, where all of those big stocks like NVIDIA got the snot smacked out of them, yeah, we were telling you to stay away because we didn't know how low this could go. Now, potentially, that is the bottom of the market. The market's trending higher. Broke through 1, 2, 3 levels of resistance. Beautiful up day today with no wick at the top, which means the market is trading high right at its session highs today, which is always a beautiful thing. So yeah, Henry, would I say now? Yes. What I've said back here? No. Not too late now? Dennis, no. I think that we've got a 3-month high on the VectorVest composite sitting right here at the price of about $69.47. We're at $67.76. And I think with the euphoria about potentially a rate cut in September, still has the momentum to push the market higher. I think the market still has some upside. The only thing that's going to break this down is if the Fed says, well, we're not ready to cut yet. The market will smash, crash, burn the whole 9 yards. With that being said, if he does cut, money becomes cheaper. This helps the small companies. It's going to help all companies. But then we're going to incur a little bit more inflation. It's going to happen. There's no ifs, ands, or buts of getting around it. So, again, the Fed has been walking a tightrope for the longest time, and it is still going to continue to go on. Eugene said Ryan did a video about buying NVIDIA at VV value price. So, Henry, we will stay on top of this stuff. I think we try to do the best darn job possible out there, outside of all the YouTubers out there, to get you into the right stocks at the right time. I anticipate a rate cut coming. If not, investors will get market jitters. And you ain't said nothing but the truth right there. I had to ask and nibble on SMCI, Crowd, and Annette. Ryan and Glenn's videos were helpful. There you go. All right, so that's what's going on in the market. Big up day in the market. Looking at our indicators, the relative timing on the market, the MTI, the buy-to-sell ratio, all moving higher with the market. The market shows that it does have some room to the upside. I think that going into tomorrow, we may get a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of a breather, but we do have space, as you can see here, to move higher. Make sure you check out tomorrow's video. You guys were interested in more stocks, going back to Henry again, more stocks in the AI space that were ready to rock. This video is stocks that are ready to pop. So more stocks for you. You did let me know in my last video you were interested. So I'm putting out another video. I want to get you into some of these stocks a lot earlier than not. SMCI, I'm not on board with just quite yet. I know Ryan likes it. I'm not ready for it yet, but it's all right. Christopher says, I think it will be a 50 basis point cut first. I think that when it does happen, if it does happen in September, I agree with you in regards to that. All right, so that's what's going on in the market. Let's talk about some news that's moving the market. And this is where it starts. This is where it starts right here. Where's my mouse? There it is. This is where it starts right here. U.S. weekly job claims at 1-month low. Retail sales surge in July. That's what's moving the market today. All right, that's what's moving the market today. Dennis says, that's what I mean. Talk to me, Dennis. What are you asking? Glenn, please look at the VectorVest composite 6-month above early highs. I'll take a look. All right, let's go to the next story. Again, on retail sales, rise more than expected. People are spending money, folks. And in an economy that the Fed thinks, and the economy has slowed down. Don't get me wrong. The economy has definitely slowed down. But when people are still spending money, it makes the Fed have to sit back and think about whether or not it needs to cut. Shoppers, again, sharply boosted spending at retailers in July, despite, and there it is, higher prices. People People are spending money despite higher prices. Why? Well, going back to school probably, but that wouldn't have been July. Well, people could have been buying a lot of stuff getting ready for school. And there you go, Bill. The credit card bubble is still in play. The credit card bubble is still in play. I've talked about that since last year. I've talked about the credit card bubble since last year. It's going to be an issue. It's going to be an issue. All right, let's talk about some earnings beats. Walmart beats sales, raises outlook. Ooh. Again, from the standpoint of being able to get people to go shopping, raises outlook as higher income consumers. So that those are the people that were going to the higher end stores are not, because prices are high. They don't have as much disposable income. So where are they going? To Walmart. Where else will they be going? To Amazon. All right. So the two biggest retailers are benefiting from high prices because of inflation. And Walmart, I like the idea. I'm going to keep my eyes on Walmart. I definitely will. And talking about the other retailer, Walmart report is significant. They are a bellwether. So along with that remark, how about, that wasn't the one I wanted. Well, there's another earnings. Earnings on John Deere rise after quarter 3 beats estimates, updates fiscal year 24 segment outlook. And my other pick I'm going to probably look at today is going to be Amazon. Amazon, the biggest online retailer, Walmart, the biggest brick and mortar retailer. Both of those stocks took off today because of the news about people spending money. How many of you follow me on Twitter? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you follow me on Twitter? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you follow our VectorVest Twitter? Type a 2 in the room. All right. Type of 1 if you follow my Twitter. Type of 2 if you follow the VectorVest Twitter. All right. So I put a lot of stuff on my Twitter account. And I know that many times VectorVest will retweet my tweets from Twitter. So I put that out there. You can always go find me. Just search for my whole name. You'll find me on Twitter. But VectorVest puts a lot of information on our Twitter account as well. Good. So that's what I'm like. No social media user. Bill, I hear you. Hi, Janice. All right. So we try very hard, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook, on all the social medias, we try to reach out to VV Nation and let you know what's going on. So whether it's my Twitter, again, just search my whole name, or the VectorVest Twitter, you guys need to pay attention to that. But I put some stocks that I was looking at today. They've done very well. What's Glenn's whole name? Glenn Tompkins Jr. Glenn Tompkins without an H. Glenn Tompkins Jr. That is my whole name. Well, that's not my whole name because I got a middle initial, but I didn't put it on my Twitter. But Glenn Tompkins Jr. is my Twitter account. But I would be remiss if I didn't tell you, you need to also follow the VectorVest Twitter account as well. Go to Twitter, search for VectorVest, and follow them as well. Tell the new folks your whole name. I just told everybody. All right, my whole name is Glenn Edward Tompkins Jr. That's my whole name. But don't search for Glenn Edward Tompkins Jr. on Twitter. Just search for Glenn Tompkins Jr. on Twitter. Sigh. All right. Next story. I wanted to back up Ryan's story that he talked about in AMA yesterday, Afternoon Market Action. Ryan was of the mindset that with this move with Intel, SoftBank leaving out of Intel, and now going to NVIDIA, that ARM wasn't going to be adversely affected. And I think this story backs it up a lot. Intel reduced their stake or took out their stake that they had in ARM, and SoftBank said, okay, fine. We see ya. And now they're going to NVIDIA. I think, like Ryan said yesterday, that ARM should not be grossly affected by the move with Intel taking out. You still look at Intel stock. That stock is deep down poopiosity. Look at that graph. It's bad. It is bad. So maybe for them, they were cost cutting by taking out the investment in ARM, but ARM's going to be just fine. So we're going to look at those. How about this? For those of you who are VectorVest subscribers, You remember how many years Nike was the #1 safest stock in our database? Just type a yes in the room. Especially if you are a VectorVest subscriber, Nike was the #1 safe stock in the database for years. 4 years. Now it's coming back. High quality dividend growth stocks near 52-week lows. Why Nike stands out. Nike may be, as a list of high quality dividend growth stocks trading near 52-week lows is evaluated based on historical and future values. Nike appears to be attractively valued and trading near 52-week lows. So I hear you. And Janice, I hear you, but, I hate that. I hate that whether it's Nike, whether it's Disney, whether it's whatever, why our stocks are being adversely affected due to politics. That sucks. And I understand the reasoning behind wanting to shy away from a stock depending on what its views are that may disagree with your views. But man, I think that sucks. That just jazz, hush up. I think that we get to a sad state of affairs when a group or a person just says and does, and then the stock gets adversely affected. It's just, I hear you. All right, but and Janice, I'm not shouting you out like that. I'm just saying it's just I don't like that. I just don't like that. That we got to that point. But it is what it is, and something, I can't disagree with you. I just don't like it. I just look at the numbers. Nike looks attractive at the time. Again, that's why I got it as a story. If nothing else, it's giving you something to keep your eyes on. Akshaya says, Glenn, is it time for solar stocks yet? No. I've been looking at them. No, not yet. And normally solar stocks are news driven by something coming out of China for the most part. But, clean energy is almost like the word of the day. Hey, today clean energy is rocking and rolling. Woo! Oh, clean energy sucks, because that's what clean energy sounds like to me. I don't like Chewy. I thought I liked Chewy, but I don't like Chewy. But my dog likes Chewy. Sometimes the CEOs make political statements. That's why too. I know, Michael, and that's, they need to stick to what they do, and that's trying to make money for their customers. So there's my Amazon story. How about this? Why Amazon could be worth $4 trillion by 2030. That's wow. $4 trillion by 2030. Wow. Be the first one to do it, right? Amazon's online store, 3P sales, advertiser subscriptions, and AWS, which is their AI segments, all contribute to its potential for $4 trillion valuation by 2030. Remember, when I look at Amazon, it's the biggest retailer online, bigger than Walmart, but it's the biggest retailer out there. I could get on board with that $4 trillion by 2030, which is what, 6 years from now? Ooh-wee. Alfreda said, hope you enjoy. I didn't go, unless y'all talking amongst yourselves, I didn't go on vacation. Glenn, you think the nuclear energy stocks will make a run? I think so. I just don't know when. More countries are committing to a lesser carbon footprint, and I think that nuclear energy is the cleanest of all the clean energies. So I still feel that way, but I need that industry to come to me. It just has not really come to me. But I still feel that nuclear energy stocks should run. I just don't know when. That's the problem. I just don't know when, but it is something that I'm still looking at. I'm just not investing in it quite yet. How about this? Robinhood. Robinhood raised to buy as Deutsche Bank talks up e-broker outlook. No matter what you think about Robinhood, they're just sitting back and just slowly doing their thing, minding their own business. Crypto played a big role, but I think that crypto is not playing nearly as big a role as it had in the past. And they're just doing their thing, and they're making money. So we're going to take a look at Robinhood. And my last one, I don't know if I'm looking at these stories and these companies or not, but this was just a story that I wanted to talk about. Starbucks is giving the new incoming CEO $85 million in cash and stock as he departs. You know something? I'm in the wrong business. I need a big name company to hire me to be the CEO. Hey, if I were the CEO of a company, would you guys invest in my stock? Yes or no? If I were a CEO of a company, would you invest in my stock? Do you have faith in me that I could do the job for the company? Would you invest in my stock? I'm just curious to know. I'm wondering. Oh, nice. Way to go, David. David says no. I know David, by the way. I know David. And he said no. All right. And Bill puts out a good statement. He says, depends on the company. I hear you. I hear you. Depends on how woke you. Really, Janice? Really? Wow. At least that's another honest answer. Man, I come out there and say, buy my company. I got this pocket comb, and I want you guys to buy it, and you know something? And then I'll say something political, and nobody will buy my comb. Okay. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Take over as the CEO of, something. I think a lot of people are waiting for someone to take over as CEO of XRoth right now. All right, that's all the stories. I wanted to get through my stories quick because I got a lot that I want to show today. I'm going to get back into the software. I got a lot that I want to show today. So those are the stories that all made the news. Again, nice big up day in the market. I hire a CEO for what it's worth. Yeah, well, maybe I need to come talk to you, Michael. No, who I need to talk to is Mark Norton. Yeah, Mark, we need to talk. All right, so with that being said, let's go look at my viewers for today. The markets are all up. Look at this big, beautiful up day in the market today. VIX is down. You notice how quickly the fear went away from the week where the market, almost crashed pretty much. And now look at that. People are like, this is an afterthought. It's just an afterthought. I have faith in you, Glenn. I know you can execute and get the job done. You show up here all the time and make it happen. You get my vote for CEO. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Your executive has to be top notch. I agree. I'm not paying $85 million. I'm not asking for $85 million, Mark. I'm not, that's not what I'm doing. Ooh-wee. All right. So, but I'd be well worth it. I'd be well worth it, Mark. I'm just putting it out there. I'd just be well worth it. All right. Let's talk about, I wanted to talk, so Henry, I'm coming back to you again. I've got a watch list of all the AI stocks and ETFs. There's about 73 of them, right? I want to show you something on a day like today. All right, NVIDIA is at the top of the list. It's nicely up. But out of 73 stocks, I'm looking at the top 30. Hold on. Let's go 75. Out of 73 stocks, I want to show you something. No, I am not. Disney couldn't pay me enough money to be the CEO. All right, 73 stocks. There's one, there's two. This is kind of interesting. This is why, Henry, I'm coming back to you. Out of 73 stocks in the AI space, 71 of them are going up. 71 of them are going up. Henry, and the beautiful thing is we already started talking about these stocks prior to this nice move up. All right? So, Henry, I pray and hope that you do watch, whether it's a live stream or a video, that you do watch the content on our channel. This is freaking amazing. 71 out of 73 stocks in our watch list of AI stocks and ETFs is going up. That watch list is actually in the software. If you go down further into the watch list viewer, go look at overview watch list. Go look at overview watch list. You'll find the same watch list. I just created it here. I just duplicated it here for Trending Thursday. All right, I just duplicated it here for Trending Thursday. Jazz says, you would look good in Mickey ears. Whatever. All right, are you still in Palantir, Glenn? Yeah, darn right I am, and loving every minute of it. Loving every minute of it. I'm pushing 20% up on Palantir since I got back into it. And I took a hit on it when I got out of it, and then I jumped back in. And again, no matter how much I may like a stock, when it's not doing what I want it to do, I'm going to get out of it and wait for a better buying opportunity. And Henry, I did that for Palantir. When it was going down, I took a little bit of a hit. I waited for a better buying opportunity. This is why I would rather to not have you hold a stock while it's moving down. Is it next to the JC watch list folder? No, it is not. Stop it. It is not. Is there an ETF already with these? An ETF with all of these? Yeah, you can go look at something like AIQ. Let me go to graphs real quick. AIQ takes all of the whole AI space into consideration. It is the global X AI. So can I look at that as well? If you want to play the whole space without look at that. Look at that. You want to play the whole space without having to play individual stocks? This is a great way to go. AIQ. And MAGS is for the MAG 7 stocks. That's right, Kiwi. Meow. How you doing, Kiwi? All right, so AIQ is a great way to play the whole AI space. MAGS, MAGS, is a great way to play the whole MAG 7 space without having to play, and they're both doing the same thing. This rebound was happening. We were talking about it, and now hopefully we got a lot of you in. How many of you, and I'm not in stock sell, how many of you took our guidance and got into some of these stocks early? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you, prior to all this move up now, whether it's MAG 7, whether it's AI, how many of you took our guidance between Ryan and I and got into these stocks early? All right. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. All right. So I'm glad that we could come to fruition. A lot of these stocks are coming to fruition. And you guys will not be part of FOMO, fear of missing out. You're already in. I love it. 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 MAGX is double the leverage. Weird. That's if you want to be super aggressive. Nothing wrong with that if you want to. Woo-wee. All right, let's go back to the viewers. Big news. Here's my big news stocks that we just looked at on from the news. And if you followed me on Twitter, I posted about NVIDIA way early this morning before the market opened up. And I'm trading NVDL. Ooh, and not only that, I'm in NVDL and I'm also in Palantir. G Money said I missed out on Palantir. It's all right. I think Palantir still has room to grow. I still think that Palantir still has room to grow. So I'll just keep that in mind. But man, all of this stock, I think today is one of the days where you could just throw a dart at the dartboard and pick a winning stock. That doesn't happen very often. That hasn't happened very often in the current market, so I'm just very interested. Man, every stock that made the news today, this doesn't always happen. Every stock that made the news, even freaking Intel. All right, let's go look at Intel. I really don't want to look at it, but I want to look at it. You look at Intel, man, and just Intel is just such a not nice play. It's not nice. Up day today, but look at the sideways move. Someone asked me to go look at the market timing graph on a 6-month graph. Let me go look at it as well. Is that 6 months? That's 6 months. Look at the move. Look at the move. That most recent level of support, biggest move, the biggest low over the last 6 months. Big pullback in the market and nice rebound. Looks like a little V bottom right here. Looks like a V bottom right now. Call options on Starbucks went ballistic 2 days ago. Well, didn't they just buy the Chipotle guy? Yep. Did they just buy the VVC 6 month, please? All right. The VVC 6 month, same thing as the market timing graph, but just as a ticker symbol. Is that what you're looking at? And I'm looking at the Star Search. Look at that. Both DPOs went positive today. Both DPOs went positive on the Star Search graph. Someone's talking about SMCI. I'm still, Ryan likes it. Ryan likes SMCI. The jury's still out for me. With all of the moves, a lot of these stocks that are rebounding now, SMCI still overall is in a downtrend. I needed to do more, but Ryan likes it. The 9-day DPO just went positive. DFN is climbing nicely. Janice, you know I put that on for you guys as well. I like I don't own it. I don't own it because my money's already spent on the other stocks that I have. But DFEN is a beautiful play, especially with what's going on in the world by way of global wars. DFN, look at that. Now in the fast lane. I like the play. And it's cheap. I like the play, but I've been talking to you about that since after the stock slammed down as well. I like the play. I like the play. You don't think it's too late to go into NVIDIA, AV? Nope. Nope. I'll look at NVIDIA and AVGO. A and NVDA, comma, AVGO. I don't think so. I think that these stocks do have some upside. Look at that. We're not at a 3-month high on NVIDIA yet. It's in the fast lane, but we got room. Same thing with AVGO. We're not at the 3-month high on it yet, and both of them are in the fast lane. Nope. Now, if they were hitting new highs, you know, look at that. This stock has got room. That's AVGO. That's a 1-year high. Let's go back to NVIDIA. There's the 1-year high. The only time I'd be nervous about getting into them if they hit the 1-year high. These stocks have room up to the 1-year highs. Does that make sense, Henry? I like that. I don't think it's too late. Not right now. All right, let's go back to my viewers graph. Let me give you some fish. On Mondays, I've been giving the new the new weekly stocks, which are, I'm going to go back to our mantra, which is safe, undervalued stocks that are going up in price. Safe, undervalued stocks going up in price. Here's my safe, undervalued rising stocks for this session. Look at these. All of these are fundamentally sound, moving up. All of them are undervalued. That's a hard way to find some stocks right now. Most stocks are overvalued. These are safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price, and the market is rising. I like bringing these kind of stocks. But if you want to see these kinds of stocks on a weekly basis, go check out my monthly video. My weekly video. My Monday weekly video are my stock picks for the week. T is in 4 of them. Janice is in 2 of them. Bill is in 3 of them. Martin just bought CLS today. I love that. All right. Check out the content. By the way, check out the freaking content. We put out a lot of great content. Monday, every day we put out a video. My weekly video on Mondays is my top weekly picks. All right. Swing trading. How many of you out there are swing traders? Type of 1 in the room. Look at that. Jake just checked it out for me. Monday's picks are up over 4%. Look at that. If you're brand new to the channel and you don't get alerts for that, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted. All right, there's my swing traders out there. Well, here's my MPI picks. New, DKS here, Honda. Let's go peep these out real quick. So this is looking at the MPI. Let's go put these on a 3-month basis. Let's go look at the MPI. Look at this, new trend and new trigger. Look at that. These are more fish for you. This is more fish for you. Now these stocks, and look at this. I like that it's just broken through the downtrend on Dick's Sporting Goods. Look at the trigger. Look at the trend. I'm liking these picks. Ooh, here, Turtle Beach. That's good for those who play Call of Duty. I have a pair of Turtle Beach headphones. I do like the low trough on RT crossing. I don't have trend yet on this. All right, maybe you might wait for that stock to come to you a little bit more. HMC Honda. I like the crossover on RT, but not on trend yet. And it's a little bit more of a gappy stock. I may not like that one nearly as much. And the last one, PVH, the crossover on RT, but not on trend yet. Some of these a little bit more earlier than others. Swing trading, Star Search. Oh, so this is a new layout for me. Look at that, NVIDIA. How about that, Henry? The 2 stocks that you just asked about meet my criteria for the swing trading Star Search pinch. These, let's go see if they meet the pinch though. Let's go graph these. Let's go put this on to Star Search. Do I have a Star Search? Which one do I have? Star Search Live. There we go. There's the pinch. I do like, that's in 1 hour though. Put this on 3-month graph. I'm not having, there was the pinch. I don't have that, but NVIDIA is moving. I bet you the same thing's going to look at here for AVGO. Oh, there's a little pinch. There's a little pinch right there, but look at the breakout. That's on AVGO. Here's a much nicer pinch on Gap. Nicer pinch in the Bollinger Bands. Look at the breakout into the fast lane. No real, got a little bit of pinch here for Rocket Lab, but nice move here on the stock draft. Both DPOs are in the positive. American Sports, it's in the fast lane. I'd wait on that because it's stopping right at a level of resistance of 1151 or 61.81, something like that. And the last one is Krispy Kreme. How many of you see the light come on in the Krispy Kreme donut, pull your car over and go get a donut? Don't lie. Type a yes in the room. How many of you can go past a Krispy Kreme donut shop, see the light come on, park your car, go get a donut? Type a yes in the room. Type a yes in the room. Really? Y'all are saying no. Really? Alton, thank you for being honest. David, I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm just saying, I don't want y'all to be really a lot of no's. Really? It is what it is. Listen, Alfreda said, yes, almost had an accident. Psh, that's what I'm talking about, sister girl. That's right. You let him. That's right. I've done it. Cameron says, yes, but it's a franchise-specific thing. They don't. Did they really don't all do it? I thought that they did. I didn't know that. Phyllis says, I like Dunkin'. My wife can't stand Dunkin' Donuts. Well, she doesn't like their coffee. She's a Starbucks girl, so she doesn't like. Nope, going to Bosa's. Wow. Never, ever seen one in Rhode Island. There's nothing in Rhode Island. What's in Rhode Island? What's in Rhode Island? There's nothing there. What is it? Vermont's got the syrup. What does Rhode Island have? Sabiha says, I don't like donuts. It's very few in between in South Carolina. What's in Rhode Island? Can anybody tell me what's in Rhode Island? I'm just stopped at McDonald's for a burger and a donut, says Jazz. All right. Krispy Kreme coffee is terrible. They don't care. It's all about the donuts. All right. So those are all my stocks from the perspective of swing traders, but from Star Search. My 3-8 picks. Did I come up with any 3-8 picks today? I may have. I got all kind of stocks for you today. Graph the stocks. Put these in the 3-month graph layouts. This one should be GETJR trade. Yep, there's my 3/8. Let's go take a look. Ooh, the 3/8 is crossing on LU, but a lot of sideways move. I don't know. A nice move on the 3/8 on RWT and almost above the 20-day. I like that. NWG Bank. Look at the 3/8 cross a few days ago and above the 20. A little bit of indecision today, but this stock does have upside to the 3-month high of about 967. All right, trading at 903 right now. Like the move. TRTX bouncing off support, broke through resistance, 3/8 count cross, but still below the 20. This stock does have some upside as well. Rhode Island has mansions. Is that what I had? Is that all it got? Okay. That means a lot of people with money live in Rhode Island. That's what that means. Okay. I got you. AWP also bouncing off support, the 3/8. Hopefully, if nothing else, you guys are getting some stock picks, some fish to keep in mind. That's all I want from these speculative, super aggressive. These are stocks that are just moving up. These are stocks that are just moving up a lot. Soxel, there it is. Soxel nicely up 14.5% today. I'm not in it. Tesla. How about Tesla's on the move today? Walmart, of course, we knew. Sirius is up. A lot of stocks running today. It just makes me concerned about tomorrow. Listen, I think we get a pullback, but I don't want nobody to panic tomorrow. All right? I don't want nobody to panic tomorrow if the market does go down. It's okay. A lot of money is being made. If you're getting nervous about the market pullback, don't be afraid to take half off the table. Now, Janice. What did you remind me of before I left yesterday? Anybody, what did you guys remind me of yesterday? Janice reminded me. Anybody else? I told y'all to remind me because I wanted to show you a new portfolio that I set up. Anybody? Warren Buffett bought a big position in Siri. Thank you, Jazz. That's probably, remember, that was news-driven. Those were all news-driven big moves. That's why they were super aggressive. Janice is taking too long for her to answer. AI something, something. There it is. So I created a portfolio. I created a portfolio called AI Domino Effect. I want to show you something. This was done yesterday. One stock was put in today. These stocks were done yesterday. That's a one-day move. So let me break down what it is. NVIDIA, chips. TSM, a lot of chips to sell to companies like NVIDIA. VRT, the power behind AI. All right, power usage. AI, C3 AI, that's a product. That's an AI product. ServiceNow, cloud computing. Apple, also a product from the AI perspective. MU, storage, data storage. PANW, AI, for cybersecurity. Microsoft, well, one of the biggest things that they did, which was the most powerful thing that they did, was put that investment into OpenAI. That's a product. Palantir, machine learning. All this AI stuff needs companies like Palantir and Snow. But Palantir is in the list, 2.34% today. Overall, almost all of it was done today, almost 2% done. We're going to let this portfolio go. I think type of one in the room, CrowdStrike, I tried to only limit to one per space. All right, so I went with PANW. PANW. But I also like CrowdStrike, and I also like Zscaler. How many of you think that from the AI sphere, how many of you think that from the AI sphere, that this is a nicely diversified portfolio of many things AI? Type of one in the room. How many of you feel by looking at these stocks, they're not all the same, but it's a nicely well-rounded way and just shows the domino effect of AI in so many different ways to take it. Again, from the chips, from the people who put out a lot of chips to sell to everybody else, the power behind it to make sure that the AI works, the product, the cloud computing, again, the product, storage, cybersecurity, the product, and again, in regards to taking all of the data to use it make it into useful information. I like this. This was an idea that you guys made me come up with yesterday, and I wanted to show it to you today. And we're going to look at this and watch this. I think that this could be a powerful freaking portfolio going into the end of the year. Lee says they're all undervalued. Are they? That I did not know. And if that's the case, that was done accidentally. I don't have value on here. I'm not going to put it on here. But if that's the case, man, folks, I may have given you you said no. Oh, okay. Nonetheless, right here, what you're looking at could be the nugget of the year. That's right. I said it. Right now, this could be the nugget of the year from VectorVest to you. Mark that date down that I said that. Mark that date down that I said that. Janice, will you do that? Would you wait until tomorrow to enter any of these stocks? No. So what I would do is, I like that all of these stocks are moving up. What I'd look at, if any of these stocks are over $100, over $20, I'd buy in. I could still buy in today, 12 cents higher than the high. Any of these stocks, all of these stocks are above $20. So is it too late? Would I buy in today? Any of these stocks that I'm looking at now, it has to be 12 cents higher than the high. Has to be 12 cents higher than the high. Bill says, Mark Glenn's word, if this looks like crap at the end of the year, y'all can all throw tomatoes at me. All right? That's all I got to say. If these look horrible by the end of the year, I give you my word that you can all throw virtual tomatoes at me. Okay. So that's the way I'm going to say that. You can all throw virtual, not real, because if any of y'all throw real tomatoes at me, we're going to have a problem. I'm just putting that out there. We going to have a problem. You can all throw virtual tomatoes at me. if that's the case. NVIDIA, question is, would I buy? Let's look at that real quick. Let's view the stock graph. Let's go look at that real quick. Put this into a 3-month graph. Let's go change the graph layout to Star Search. I want Star Search Live, actually. Where is it? Star Search Live. I like, Amir, I like that the stock is moving right at session highs today. You know what I would wait for? And let's say a couple of things. One, it is in the fast lane. That in and of itself I'm okay with, as long as the stock is moving up 12 cents higher than the high. Number two, it is at a level of resistance, so you're going to have headwinds. If you're not comfortable and you want to wait till it breaks through that, then yes, you could buy that. Glenn, I have 50 pounds of real tomatoes in the garden. You want some? Nope, I don't like tomatoes. Not me. I don't like tomatoes. Cindy says, looks like a good start. I'd like to see some manufacturers that are using AI or providing services and products to the AI stars. So, you know, some of those stocks like Apple, CXAI, Microsoft are products. They are utilizing AI products. All right, so that's why those are in there. Virtual spicy tomatoes, I don't like tomatoes. Wow, real tomatoes, I'll buy. Amir wants to go buy them. I'm not a fan of tomatoes. I don't like them, but I like ketchup. Rajesh says, wanted to thank you, VV team. I started using the mobile app 9 months back because of VectorVest. I'm able to pick these gems: NVIDIA, SMCI, IESE, IBP, Modine, and NRG. Way to go, Rajesh. I love that. I love hearing stuff like that. I really do. And I know Ryan would as well. So what did Jeff say? NVIDIA earnings on 8/28, that will drive the next leg. Absolutely. I think it will. I think NVIDIA, based upon what's going on, they should beat. I think that they should beat earnings and revenue. I think they should blow it out the water. The company's making money. Ooh, with that said, I'm gonna put you on to something real quick. Research. I'm going to give you a price target on NVIDIA. Put you down on a secret. 17% upside. This is look at this. 41 ratings, 37 buy, 4 hold, 0 sell. $200 high. So I like tip ranks. My company doesn't really like it because it's kind of like a competitor. Well, I don't look at it that way. I look at it, I like them. Let's go to options. This is how I try to figure out where the price target's going. 20 expiration 8/16. Expiration, let's go to 9/20. I'm gonna go to open interest on. Go to open interest. Where's the money going? 122. Wow, that's interesting. That doesn't make sense. Oh, there it is. There's the strike. Open interest. That's on the puts. That's not what I wanted. Open interest on the call side. Where's the money going? 147. Ooh, look at that. So this gives me a feel of where I want to look for, is trying to gauge where price can go. Ooh-wee. I'm looking at NVIDIA could get to a price about 145. 140. I can be a little bit more aggressive. I'm going to even go 150. Everyone following? Yes or no? Everyone following? Yes or no? Yes, my price target right now still, I'm waiting for, Eugene, I'm waiting for Palantir to get to my price of 32 first. I'm waiting for it to get to my price of 32 first, and then I'll give you another price target on Palantir. But you know something? Based upon what NVIDIA is doing now, I'm going a little bit more aggressive. I'm going to give my price target on NVIDIA at 150. Write it down. I'm giving my price target on NVIDIA at 150. NVDL is a buy, absolutely. NVIDIA is the leverage version. I'm currently trading Palantir and NVDL. All right, so, but now, even with that being said, I need you guys to possibly be ready for a pullback in the market tomorrow. Does everybody understand that? All right. Yes, Ramor, I do. But I also use my Options Pro for options as well. All right, that's from VectorVest. Does everybody answer that question? Because I don't want to hear nobody's mouth to about, oh, Glenn talked about all these stocks and then they all went down. I don't want to hear it. I want everybody to be prepared for a pullback tomorrow. And G Money says why? Because this market has moved up pretty quickly. It's been, and it's, so all I'm saying is just be ready for a breather. Just be ready for a breather. Options expire tomorrow. What's tomorrow's? Oh, we got options expiring tomorrow too, which could, pull that down. Glenn, 150 by when? Need a time on when? Between this earnings and next earnings. That's 3 months time. Between this earnings and next earnings. The earnings is coming out on 8/28 between that date and the next earnings. My price target on Palantir was at 32. I'm still there. I'm not ready to move that yet. I needed to get to my first price target first before I'm ready to think about another one. All right. Not enough people said yes. What would you buy to hedge for the pullback? If the market's got a lot of upside right now, on a down day, I would day trade contra like SOXS. The market pulls back tomorrow, SOXS should do well, but I'm not holding it over the weekend. All right. Last thing we need to do, I only got 9 minutes. Last thing we need to do, I want to give you some multi-baggers. I got some multi-baggers. Watch, which is going to be very interesting as a multi-bagger in this list. Hood. That's going to be very interesting. Is my analysis for multi-baggers? Hood made the list. Very interesting. Lifeway, RELY, Upwork, Arlo, and Lyft are my stocks, my next leg of stocks for multi-baggers. Interesting that Hood made the list. Very interesting. 12 cents above the high means the high at the end of the day, the high of today. So if I'm looking at Hood and I'm thinking about getting into it, I'm looking at today. I need to put this on the end of the day. I need to be looking at 12 cents higher than the high. So the high today is at 2007. I'm looking at 2019. Does that make sense? I'm looking at today's high. If puts are expiring tomorrow, then maybe the market won't go down. I don't know. Wow, thank you. Woo! Thank you, Jeff. We got us a super chat. Thank you, Jeff. On ADMI was one of my first picks for multi-baggers. He made 178%. GNLN, do you still? I'm scared. I'm scared. Type the ones in the room for Jeff, please. Type the ones in the room for Jeff, please. Thank you very much for that super chat, Jeff. GNLN, I am scared as heck on that, Phyllis. I'm scared as heck. Marvin asks, why always 12 cents? Because, way back in the days when you got into a stock, you got in at an eighth of a point higher, which is about 12.5 cents. So any stock that's over $20, I'd look at that eighth of a point. I round it down to 12 cents. Any stock that's below $20, one, is going to have a lot less volume. It's a lot more risk involved, blah, 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 blah. I don't want you to have to wait for a 12-cent move on a stock less than $20. So I did a little bit more than have it. I put it at 5 cents higher than the high. Does that make sense? Because a lot more riskier and a lot. If you're waiting for 12 cents on a $20 in a stock under $20, it's got to move up a lot more percentage wise. All right, so that's why. All right. Last thing I need to do is we're going to look at customer picks. Did I empty this out? I did not. How much time we got left? I'm not going to do a lot of your picks today. Why? Because I did the Power Hour yesterday. How many of you tuned into the Power Hour yesterday? Type a me. How many of you tuned in to the Power Hour yesterday? Type me. All right? Just type me. I'm going to look at your stocks in a second. Let me tell you something. Joe, after I got off, Joey was like, damn. And I was like, damn, that was a lot of energy on my part yesterday. I had a lot of fun doing it. But it took a lot out of me. It did. So today, I'm only going to do 5 of your stocks. Don't be mad at me for it. Hopefully, I made up for it yesterday. All right. All right, so I'm only going to look at 5 of your stocks today. I still love you to death, but that was all right. Lunar, I'm putting them in. Put them in at LUNR, comma at Netflix, comma SIGI, comma ENPH, comma HWKM. All right, so again, I'm only going to look at 5. I'm only going to look at 5 of them today. Again, don't hate me for it. Please do not hate me for it. But hopefully, like I said, I made up for it yesterday. All right. Joey, do you want to chime in on the energy yesterday? Are you even here? Sigh. I think he's taking a nap. I think he's freaking taking a nap. All right. Do you want to chime in on the energy yesterday? Good energy, bad energy, okay energy, high energy?
Yeah, it was good.
That's all you're going to say?
What do you want from me?
No, nothing. I don't want nothing from you. Any other time when I don't want something for you, you can be emphatic about it. But today, it's high energy. Okay, come on. Nothing. Go back and go to sleep. Go back and go to sleep. All right. All right. Let's take a look. Again, today was a day that you can throw. Today you can throw a dart at a dartboard and find any stock that's moving, because today is just that kind of day. All right, so every stock you gave me, every stock is going up today. Let's go see if they're worth it, though. All right, let's go see if they're worth it. VectorVest, Joey's sleeping because he's still holding cash. No, yeah, he's still. And Joey's probably mad. He could have been making some money. Joey's probably mad. All right, let's go look at these stocks. Big move on Lunar. I still like this as a feel-good play. I do like the slow move up, big up day today. I'd still wait for Lunar to get back into the fast lane before I pull the trigger. I do like that the fast DPO is positive, the slow is not, but nice up day and broke through a level of resistance today. That's another thing I'd like to see if it can stay above that level of $4, which is the level of resistance that it just went through. ENPH, love the squeeze on the Bollinger Bands. In the fast lane, but it's got 2 levels of resistance to get through. Those are going to be headwinds. But I do like, look, you can't, a lot of these stocks, you just can't fight the tape. Coming off levels of support, you can't fight the tape on these. Beautiful looking equity curve. Both DPOs are positive. I'd really like to see it break through both levels of resistance, but I wouldn't be mad at you if you took it. I wouldn't be. What did you tell you? Glenn should apologize for waking you up. And Joey puts in the nerve, whatever. I think he was asleep. I do like EMPH. Wow, Hawking. Good, googly muggly. Love that stock. In the fast lane, bottom left, top right, not a 3-month high, but in the fast lane. I do want you to keep your eyes, though. I do want you to keep your eyes, even though it's in the fast lane, at that level of resistance. This is a nice, solid level of resistance at 124.30. We got a couple of dollars to go. If this stock still has good upside, it'll break through that and still move up some more. That's going to be some headwinds, but if you're in it, leave it alone. Nice trading day in it today. Glenn, what are your settings for support and resistance? Let me get that for you real quick. Let me bring that up. My settings are different than what the VectorVest system gives. I have 100 bars because I only look back 3 months when I look at a graph. So I got 100 bars, and my other 2 changes are the sizes of reversals are medium, and the size of the support and resistance zones are average. Those are my only 3 changes when I set up support and resistance in the VectorVest software. All right. John, I know he's so mean. Whatever, John. I'm never mean. Does anybody think I'm mean to Joey? Type a 1 in the room. Type a no if you think that you know I love Joey. Type a 2 if you know I love Joey. Type a 1 if you think I'm mean to Joey. All right, Hawking, again, I do like the move. I also want to look at another thing. The stock is moving sideways overall. The stock is moving sideways. Just keep your eyes on that. All right, next one. Woo, Siggy is moving. Siggy. Say what? Jam on it. I said jam on it. All right. Anyway, there's a lot of, I don't know. I like the move, but that, you know what that looks like? That looks like a claw. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. A lot of sideways in the channel. I don't know how I feel. I like the up day. I'd like to see it in the fast lane. All right, that's what it is. I want to see you in the fast lane. Jeff says, Joey, take the hush money. Wow, he typed in 1. That's messed up. All right, Jeff. Netflix, nice move. Nice. And where is it stopping? Right at this level of former support, former resistance, now testing as a level of support. Watch that. If you're in it, leave it alone. It's in the fast lane. All right, it's in the fast lane. We got a little pinch right here, and it's breaking up. But that level's sitting at 665.03. Keep your eyes on that. Keep your eyes on that. I wouldn't be afraid to take some of that profit off the table. How about taking half off the table because it's testing that as a level of support? That's all. All right. That's all I got for you today. Yeah, that's all I got. Where's that? There we go. All right. We covered a lot of stuff today. I wanted to cover a lot of stuff today. I gave you a lot of fish. I want you to be prepared. Now, if the market doesn't go down tomorrow, that's fine. I just want you to be prepared for a breather day tomorrow. That's it. That doesn't mean you panic sell everything. Every stock that I talked about today, you asked me if you can get into it. I gave you buy-in prices of either 5 or 12 cents above the high today. All right? This rebound is happening. But I also, want you to also keep in mind that the Fed is still walking a tightrope with the reports that are coming out. Jobs reports, CPI, PPI, there's so much out there. People spending money. Yes. And I know it's probably going on their credit cards, but people are still spending money. The Fed's got to look at that and go, wait a minute. Maybe people ain't hurting as much as they say they are. That's just the thinking. All right. So I got to go, folks. And I'm only going to say that once. Okay. Don't forget, Ryan's got a video tonight. Make sure you check it out. I got the video tomorrow. I already recorded it. I know it's a day ahead. I already recorded tomorrow's video. I got a lot of stuff to take care of tomorrow. So with that, adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Praying for people across the globe. That's all. I'll say it that way. A blanket prayer. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks. See ya.